everyone. Today we have a session with you on Read Aloud, PTE speaking. So let's start with it. Speaking read aloud is a very important component of PTE. The scores are marked in speaking and in reading. The total score is 15. It is per question. So the number of questions which come there are from 6 to 7. These 15 marks are divided for 5 content, 5 for pronunciation, and 5 for fluency. Read aloud format. A text appears on the screen and you have to read it aloud. The scores go in reading and speaking. The length of the prompt is up to 60 words, and it basically depends on the length. It can be 30 seconds, 35 or 40 seconds. Marking, content, 5 marks. Every replacement, omission, or insertion of words counts as 1 error. Maximum score depends on the length of the item prompt. Oral fluency is out of 5 marks. So if you're like natives, 5. If you're advanced, 4. If you're good, 3. Intermediate, 2. Limited, 1. And if you're disfluent, it's 0. Pronunciation marking is also out of 5. If you're like a native, it's 5. If you're advanced, it's 4. If you're good, it's 3. If you're intermediate, it's 2. If it's intrusive, it's 1. If it's non-English, it is 0. Now, if you ask me, what are the meanings of these words? So I've got a separate video based only on oral fluency and pronunciation. Do check that video. Now the read aloud tips. Tip number 1, a recording status box will be displayed and the countdown will continue till the microphone opens. It can be for 30 seconds, 35 seconds, or 40 seconds. You will hear a short beep. After the tone, you have to start speaking immediately. Do not start speaking before the beep. If you do, it will not be recorded. Speak very clearly. There is no need to rush. Finish speaking before the progress bar reaches to the end and it changes to completed, because if you keep on speaking after that, it is not going to be recorded. You are able to record yourself only once. There is no second time. Keep one thing in mind. If you're silent for more than 3 seconds, the recording will stop. More tips. One-line strategy is a failure. Do not attempt it. Pauses at punctuation is a must. Speak naturally. No pause greater than 3 seconds. Major attraction. Major portion of the score in reading come from read aloud. Keep that in mind. Punctuation means pauses. Now you have 30 to 40 seconds to look at the text before the microphone opens. So you know what you should do? You should check out all the punctuation marks. That is the place where you can actually take a breather. You can divide the entire paragraph into multiple chunks so that you are able to understand what is written. You know what would I do generally? I generally speak out the words which are more than 4 alphabets long in the preparation time. That is 30 to 40 seconds. I speak up all those words. My second tip is what I personally do. My second tip is I keep my finger on the screen and read it accordingly. It is very effective. I don't miss out anything with that. Let us see this. Photography's gaze widened during the early years of the 20th century, and as the popular snapshot became increasingly popular, they're making photographs. I am getting suffocated now because I did not see where is a comma, where is a full stop, which is not correct. Now, try again. Photography's gaze widened during the early years of the 20th century. And as the snapshot camera became increasingly popular, the making of photographs became increasingly available to a wide cross-section of the public. The British people grew accustomed to and were hungry for the photographic image. Very simple, very straightforward, and it is extremely easy to practice. Now look at this. This is how it will look like. If I mark here, this area is the instructions. This is the timer. And this is the text which you have to speak. So now instructions can be anything. It can be 30 seconds. It can be 35 seconds, or it can be 40 seconds. Everything is acceptable. Everything is allowed. Time window. This is the recorded window. The recording will start here. The preparation time will start here. You can see everything here on this window. What is to be done? We have to rehearse, we have to speak, and then click on next. Now, what do you mean by rehearse? Rehearse means we have 35 seconds. We should simply read the entire passage once. Very important. Then speak. You have 35 seconds. Again, speak the whole thing. You might complete it in 30 seconds. That is okay. But don't go beyond 35 seconds. Let us see format number 1. Fast and unclear. One, it does not provide more than protective sheen ultraviolet. Now the computer cannot read this, cannot understand this. It won't be able to convert your speech into text. It is not possible. Format number 2, unnatural pauses. So let us see what they are. Varnish does more than just provide a protective sheen to a violin. It influences the vibration and impulses the wood absorbs, therefore the quality of the sound the instrument produces. You know, without any pause, I am just speaking. Very unnatural. Delete, edit, add. Varnish doesn't more than just provided a protection sheen to a violin. It influences the variations and impacts that the wood. Now, you know what I'm doing? I'm changing the words. Either I'm deleting them, or I'm editing them, or I'm adding them. Either way, it's not a good idea. Bad pronunciation. Let us see an example of that. Varnish does more than just provide a protective sheen to a violin. It influences the vibrations and impulses. Now the computer will not be able to understand. The algorithm of PTE is very sensitive. It will not be able to understand what you're speaking if you speak like this. The way it should be. Make it sure you pause here, you pause here, 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 and obviously this is the end. Varnish does more than just provide a protective sheen to a violin. It influences the vibrations and impulses that the wood absorbs, and therefore the quality of sound the instrument produces. The properties of the varnish, its chemical composition, thickness and penetration into the wood are all important factors. Very simple. So you know what I did? I used my finger to run through the text. It became very easy. I am giving you some 3 exercises for self-practice. Pause the video on everyone and see them. Pause it here. Practice it. Pause here. Practice. Pause here. Practice. With this, we come to the end of our video. I hope that you liked this. Thank you so much. See you for the next video.